I mean, Aaron Rodgers now supposedly requests that he wants to come back to the team next year or this coming season rather. Like, call me surprised. Like, we all saw this coming from miles away. There's always been those whispers about things going on in that franchise with him in the front office.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, between that and Russell Wilson going to another franchise and basically all the whole disgruntled situation. No, this is all smoke. He's whining and crying like Aaron Rodgers does. Folks, I don't have a problem with it. Don't get it twisted. I'm a man with a huge ego who loves telling you how good he is at shit, okay? I can host Jeopardy too, motherfuckers. But what I'm trying to say is this. He's not going anywhere.
I don't think so. I think it's there next year at least.
Maybe. Jim?
I honestly I don't know. Like when the reports first started coming out on Thursday, I was like, I'm not falling for this again. I fell for it last year.
I remember you tweeted that shit. I think you quote tweeted Schefter.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not falling for this shit again. Like, look, man, here's the deal, and like, yeah. Like there's part of me looks at it and goes, he's never, like, the organization's never done a lot for him, and this and that. And then on the other side, I'm like, they have had at least offensive weapons. Whether or not the defensive side of the ball was worth the shit or not. And I know his relationship with McCarthy was in the crapper, which also, as a Cowboys fan, I am just so goddamn thankful that the Cowboys had Dak under contract before this news came out, because it would have just been insufferable. Not that I think there was any possibility that there was going to be a McCarthy Rodgers in Dallas, but holy hell, could you have imagined the media storm that would have surrounded that situation?
Of course,
if the Cowboys didn't have number 4 under contract. Oh my God. So I'm just thankful that my guy is safe and I don't have to deal with that media storm. But like, I honestly don't know. And quite frankly, like at this point, I don't know if a whole lot would surprise me if Rodgers would actually retire, which is, the latest threat that he's going to retire because he doesn't want to play, or that, he's going to hold. Honestly, nothing. And maybe it's just I'm jaded. I don't know. But I don't. Nothing would surprise me if he holds out, if he retires and comes back somewhere else in a year or two or whatever, or if he's back with Green Bay, which I think is probably still your most likely scenario, that he will start under center. But again, I nothing I think would really surprise me at this point.
Here's the thing, though, like if you're Green Bay and he's disgruntled, his value is still pretty high. I mean, this guy was the MVP last year. Do you consider trading him and getting something back from him? You already drafted a quarterback in the future, or at least that's what we identify Jordan Love as. Like, if there's any time to get back some assets for a guy of his ilk, would it be now?
So that's a great question. Here's the thing: they have the ultimate built-in excuse, right? Like, okay, you want to go, Aaron? We'll shop you. Oh, but we couldn't get market value for you, buddy. Sorry. No one is going to give away the farm that would be necessary to acquire one Aaron Charles Rodgers.
There's going to be one team out there that would do it.
Well, the team that would have done it had already, in fact, shipped 2 picks to Miami to move up to number 3.
Right.
God, I would love.
I could think of 2 more teams that would do it off the top of my head.
Okay, well, it's not New England. Maybe Denver?
No. I feel like Denver.
Yeah, they were rumored already. They were rumored last week.
Feels like it would be the hot spot. But do they have what the Packers would want in return to get him?
They want draft picks.
Draft picks and an aging Twilight. Oh my gosh, I forgot the name of the linebacker with the glasses.
Von Miller?
Yes, thank you.
I mean, if I'm the Broncos, I'm probably taking that call.
The 2 teams I was thinking about was Washington football team, not Redskins.
No, Schneider's not having a history of making those moves.
That's true, but it's mean you do more.
You do have Riverboat Ron, and I don't know how if Ron has any has any sway and power in the ear of Dan Snyder or not. If he does, that's a possibility.
And they got a defense there too. So I mean,
you ain't kidding.
Yeah, and then you have maybe Oakland or Las Vegas rather.
What did they have left after? Like, I mean, if they had the assets, listen, I see what you mean based on the Khalil Mack deal, but I think the limitation there is less material and more draft cap space, right? Because with the Niners, say what you will about Garoppolo, $27 million for a quarterback, not necessarily a horrible price tag for a single season.
Nope.
You know, and now, granted, would they trade Derek Carr with that? Sure, I think they would, but they have a lot of other things going on with their books as well. I don't know. I'm not fresh on their books. I'd have to look, but that would be my worry with that particular.
But a guy Aaron Rodgers' ilk though is worth, shifting your franchise a little bit for 2-3 years.
Well, hell, can you imagine Aaron Charles Rodgers being the headliner to open the black hole in Vegas? Holy bejesus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would definitely get the headlines. That would definitely get attention for sure.
As it bloody should.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, if he doesn't play in Denver or in Green Bay next year, if he is somewhere else, I mean, that's a headline in and of itself.
Fair.
I mean, it's people can argue about where Rodgers sits all time and all of this and if he's as good as people want to make him out to be or not. Those are arguments that some people will want to make, right, wrong, indifferent, whatever. That's not what this conversation is. But if that guy leaves that organization and ends up somewhere else to finish out his career, when he's coming off, seasons where he's still great, then yeah, that's a headline. That's an opening week headline that you wouldn't have seen coming, I think, 4 months ago.
I mean, a debate. He is now, before Patrick Mahomes came to the league, the most talented quarterback I ever seen play football in discussion.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's not even an argument to me.
Oh, I mean, again, but there I have seen, again, right, wrong, or indifferent. There are people who think that he is overrated, or
and
this
people
or
are
that.
idiots.
Sure, but I'm saying there are people out there that will at least attempt to make that argument. So that's my point. Is like no matter what side of correct you're on, we'll even go with you.
Air quotes.
Those same people probably ferment wrestling Twitter too. So.
Come on. Hey, listen, I mean, I don't want to throw a bunch of likes on a crazy comment or anything like that. But what I'm going to do is say that even the haters, the ones that claim that Aaron Charles Rodgers is overrated, won't put him below 5th overall among NFL QBs. That's a fact. Okay. And over above that, I do have to give credit to our good friend Antoine V. Staley for suggesting the Raiders himself. Because he had mentioned Mike Mayock should make a call to acquire Rodgers, and I informed him that he misspelled John Lynch. So,
well, John Lynch should have given him a call.
But that ship has sailed, my good friend.
I don't know. Maybe
they're going to pull in a third quarterback. I don't think so. You really think Aaron Charles?
I don't know.
Trey Lance. See, here's the thing. Aaron Charles Rodgers, the mere presence of Trey Lance in a situation like that would be in his craw. I think you're underestimating the ego in play here. And again, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's a fact. And this isn't just me speculating and seeing things. Other teammates have thrown him under the bus for this, right?
Well, the guy's an egomaniac. There's no debate about it.
Hell, his family has thrown him under the bus.
Right. I mean, it's. I think that's part of the reason why, and I mean, not that Mike McCarthy is probably the easiest guy to get along with. He seems a little bit out there, but if you have that personality with Rodgers, it ain't gonna work for a long time. And now you have a guy who, he wants everything, and to his credit. And his talent level, whatever, maybe he deserves everything. But, you're sitting there and they draft a guy first round. You don't draft a guy first round.
Oh no, Jordan Love was stupid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like whether it was a smart pick or not, you draft a guy first round. You're not doing that as a value, but you're doing that in hopes that he's going to be your next guy. You're setting yourself up, theoretically speaking, for the future. Rodgers
was the right move, actually.
He was the writing on the wall with Brett Favre.
Which, by the way, was the right move given the injuries that Rodgers have had the last couple of seasons.
And I think the part that's getting left out, what everyone is forgetting about in this particular scenario, gentlemen, is there's always the San Diego Chargers. Yes, I said San Diego back when this happened.
I
that
still
was correct.
do. On purpose, also.
Yeah, you're a basketball fan. What do you know? But
this is true.
Go Heat, man.
You also still called them the Redskins till about 13 minutes ago. So what?
No, I said not the Redskins. Remember,
I know until 13 minutes ago
That's
when
true.
you correctly called them.
They're the Red Tails. We've been
I'm
over
catching up. Catch up now.
So no, but yeah, regardless if we're talking about the Red Tails or whatever else, the San Diego Chargers had a similar situation, not only with one Drew Brees, which I really should learn Drew Brees' middle name. He deserves middle name treatment. But Drew Brees,
I'm on it.
As well as, thank you, EJ.
You're welcome.
Ernest Jamiroquai Christian all over it one more time. But what? That's not it. I was so sure that beanie threw me off. No, but
it's a cat,
with
buddy.
Drew Brees and Phillip Rivers, and then Phillip Rivers on to who remembers anybody the name Charlie Whitehurst?
Yeah.
Oh, good God. Yeah.
Former Seahawk.
Both Whitehurst and Rivers, as dudes who had played minimal, if at all, were announced constantly as trade collateral during their time, sitting behind their prospective would-be future starters. Whitehurst, if I remember correctly, actually did get shipped and then ended up being a colossal failure somewhere. I just forget where.
Seattle.
I want to say Tennessee. Was it Seattle? Okay.
Seattle.
You
By
know.
the way, Drew Brees' middle name is Christopher.
Drew Christopher Brees. I got to find a way to make that flow better.
So basic.
Yeah, I was going to say that totally fits him.
Hey, Big Jim, what's your middle name?
Scott.
Basic. But cooler. But cooler than Christopher.
I mean,
I like Kyle's middle name, actually.
Of course you do, you
fucker. Your middle's my last. The same.
Except I spell it better.
Yeah, yours is not cool with a K, right?
Yep. My dad
Mine's-
actually took that as
mine's
his first
the
name
J,
because his first
Jamiroquai.
name was that basic.
Yeah, mine's cool, Jamiroquai. Anyway.
Yeah, you see, I'm trying. Thank you. Actually, mine's cooler with effing. Right.
That's true. That is
I was
true.
going to say, I honestly thought your middle name was effing that.